So Jakob and Mikael, I think the stage is yours.
Thanks for the invitation. My name is Jakob Knutsson. I'm from the H&M Group. Today I have my colleague Mikael as well with me. And last time we were here at the conference was in 2020 when the global pandemic had just hit, and the conference was quickly changed to an online event. And I presented from my home office just as I am here today. And yeah, at that time we were also undergoing a major transformation, merging our IT department with our business development, and created a product organization. And at that time, I told the story of our cloud transformation and how we're doing that at scale. And we're going to share a picture today on where we are right now and break down the importance of incorporating tech into the DNA of our business. And we're going to focus on 3 areas: so cloud and tech, culture and community, and something that's super important as well, the developer experience. And the H&M Group is a family of brands focusing a lot of sustainability. So we have the H&M brand, we have COS, Weekday, Monkey, H&M Home, and other stories, Arket and Afound. And looking at where we started, the first Henne store opened in 1947. It was the result of testing different business ideas and a wish to build something great. Unafraid of failure and inspired by success and driven to create customer value. So our founder, Erling Persson, he tested idea until H&M actually was born. And from those beginnings in the small town of Västerås in Sweden to where we are as a company today is one of growth, of course, but also of keeping things simple, of common sense, of doing great things for our customers, and a lot of opportunities and captured learnings. So pretty much many things that tie into the whole DevOps life cycle. And I don't think any of us could see how much the world would change, but the shared values that we have help us navigate. In 1998, we started our first online shop. And in 2020, as I mentioned, we did a major transformation where we drove technology and business into one new function and built product teams end-to-end responsible for the value chain. And you can ask, why do we need to constantly evolve? Well, I think retail is rapidly changing, or you can say business is rapidly changing. We see a lot of changed customer behaviors and expectations, and a changed competitive landscape, and innovation fueled by tech. Almost anything we do now on a daily basis is run by software at some point. So software is eating the world. And are we a software company? I would still argue that we are a design and fashion company, but that we must master software at scale. So looking now at what we call business tech then, we focus a lot on speed, being agile, being able to transform in this new landscape, and of course on customer value. And we try to set up our product teams and our organizations so that our teams have end-to-end responsibility, that they are multi-competent and can solve every challenges that are thrown at them, that we as an organization have aligned autonomy, and moving also a lot of the decision making to the teams. Of course, we use DevOps practices in the way we work, and to sort of steer our large organization, we use objectives and key results, also trying to get that sort of measurability.
And I can just jump in there, Jakob, and just to give our audience here a bit of a grasp about the scale we're talking about. And I think we're going to get back to that in this talk on the challenges. But so we have around 350 product teams in the organization across the globe. And I think maybe people recognize that, but having some things work with the first 2, 3, 5 teams is often something that can be done, but then scaling that. So I would say on an everyday basis, that's a big challenge we're facing. So driving transformation, driving mindset shift at scale across those teams.
For sure, and that comes back into technology and the softwares that we are using and the tooling we are using as well, being able to scale for a large organization as we are. So on this journey, we have some principles in building our sort of digital business model. And we have a strategic direction. There has been a lot of talk today about North Star and setting that direction and know where we all are heading. And that's something we use as well. And on the way to that North Star, where we want to end up, we've identified a subset of focus areas where we really zoom in then and try to push the needle and evolve in these areas. But looking at our principles, we want to be customer-centric, close to the customer, make it easy, solve problems for them. We want to be open and composable. So looking how we use more and more APIs, make our modern architectures composable, of course, moving away from legacy types of integrations and monoliths to microservices and those kind of architectures, being agile, being able to release on demand to live up to all the customer expectations as well. And you can imagine the type of information and data we have flowing through our systems, services, and platforms. So we want to be data enabled and intelligent to be able to take data-driven decisions. And security is a topic that is super important today. It's always been, but looking now how big corporations are also targeted and global. We're a global company. We have stores all over the world. We have employees and customers all over the world to build digital experience that really delight and surprise our customers and employees. That's something that we aim on. And 3 important steps in taking us there is having the right technology in place. So having the right services to build on for our developers at their fingertips when they need it. That we have the culture and community to get support. In the fast-moving world that we are in now, you need to learn continuously. So knowing where to reach information and also how to develop software at H&M. And connected to that is also a great developer experience and engineering efficiency overall. So this is the area where me and Mikael really and our teams are really focusing in on. So when we talk about having the right technology in place, we talk about cloud, and we have a really crisp cloud strategy. It says that all of H&M Group should run in the cloud, supported by an organization that can build effective and secure cloud solutions using DevOps practices. So having a crisp strategy is super important. Everyone knows where we're going and that this is the way. And we've had super great management buy-in also from the start. So we didn't only have to transform a couple of projects. So we took the moving the entire group.
And I think, Jakob, that's been one of the key to some of the success that we experience, is that it's not just one single team in a corner that believes we should go to cloud, or 4 teams that believe we should be secure. Like, we have like this massive movement. So like you mentioned, the strategy is clear. We have the CTO office with us, and like everybody knows where we're going. So
Yeah,
that's been a good learning.
for sure. So super great comment, Mikael. And yeah, we are well into our cloud journey, and having a single cloud strategy has served us really well, building up the cloud maturity in the organization. And we want to provide our product teams, all 350 of them, with the best of breed technology. So having the right tech at the right time. And so last year we spent a lot of work building and looking into how we can do that. And one of the things is that we have actually now gone multi-cloud. It's some added complexity and some added management overhead, of course, but there's a business case behind it, and every hyperscaler have their stronghold. But looking in then to multi-cloud and what the challenges are, let's first start with the opportunities and the benefits that we get out of it. It's of course more access to capabilities. It's faster access to innovation, since the different hyperscalers innovate at different times. And there's a commercial aspect also that ties into this. So a mitigation of lock-in risks. So we're moving the entire group from having data centers solely in Stockholm to the cloud. So a commercial aspect as well. And then there could be others, like regulatory compliance, different types of resilience options, access to more geographies, talent attraction, and potentially even cost savings. And even though we say that we are multi-cloud or using multiple hyperscalers, we want our solutions and landscapes and services to default to a single cloud. And we are conscious about the portability that we build. We still want to get the most out of the cloud as possible. We are, though, working a lot with tech standardization and the composability that I mentioned earlier, trying to get as easy for our dev teams as possible, or product teams. And some of the challenges then, well, when you're looking into sort of deciding the best fit for a given solution, to which cloud they should go to, you need to take the surroundings into play as well, and looking at data gravity. So that's one thing. And we also see that there are new patterns emerging from this as well. So there will be a lot of cloud-to-cloud traffic patterns. We know that publishers or consumers will reside in both clouds. So which systems do this service talk to most, and how can we position it? And to help our organization with this, we build something that we call a workload placement framework, basically a guide to determine best fit of the system in scope and the landscape surrounding it. And so this is, from a technology perspective, how we can enable then the organization to have the right technology in place. And when we build our platforms, we build them to cater for autonomy, with automation and self-service, and having security, guardrails, and tagging in place, so that our teams can get going and start creating value from day one, and also integrating that with CI/CD pipelines that have permission to deploy into the cloud environments. So that's the technology part. Another focus area is the culture and community. And we want our teams to be end-to-end responsible for our products. And that means that we need to cater for that type of responsibility as well, both in the tech, but here is also a big sort of mindset shift that we needed. We want to nurture a culture of automation and paying off technical debt, that we constantly learn from our failures, and psychological safety has also been a topic discussed widely today, super important even for us. We want to provide a frictionless and great developer experience and engineering efficiency in everything that we do. And have these Lego blocks of composable architectures and standardizations that we can start to build upon, so that our teams really can focus on the business process challenge that they are trying to solve. And also easy to understand our strategies, where we're going, so we're all on the same direction and focusing on that. And also that people know where to reach the information. And in the end, what we want to enable is that constant flow of value. And culture doesn't change over day, and you don't form a large community from the start. So what we did when we started our cloud journey was to start small with a lot of events and forums and hack days, knowledge sharing sessions, invite the entire org, and then they started to form core people around it. So we did a lot of evangelization, started to build that community, sort of the tying in not only cloud, sort of different parts of the businesses, so that we could get a larger tech perspective, not only a cloud. And we tried to be really approachable from the start, and we focused also building a developer portal, so centralizing that information, where to go when I need this. So documentation and guidelines. And that, when we entered then business tech, our transformation, we rebranded and focused our engineering community as TechSpot. So it still holds documentation, guidelines, guardrails, our strategies, and how-tos. This is where you go to find our golden patterns and preferred practices as well. On top of a developer portal, we also have a lot of communication channels, so chat channels where you just can ask questions, and it's different categories, cloud being one, APIs, backends, so databases, network, so you can ask questions, and people are swarming to answer them. And one of the most popular channels, and the ones I love the most, is a channel called Absolutely No Idea. So where do you ask or turn to when you don't even know where to ask? And it's super great to see the community jumping in and answering questions, pointing in the right direction, tagging people, and just get the ball rolling. And I think just from that alone, we've become so much faster in our everyday life. And the beauty of it, it's community driven. And first time last year, we had our first internal tech conference, so our TechSpot Summit. It's coming up in May now also. So we're super excited about that. And with that, anything you want to add on the TechSpot, Micke?
Now I'm just browsing the channels here. We see a steady flow of, first of all, we have, I think, 2,500 people in that community. And on that absolutely no idea channel, we see a steady flow of, I don't know, like 10 questions per day or something. It could be anything.
Yeah.
But like you said, I mean, we just want to break down barriers, especially in a product-based organization where it's not super simple to know what team owns what product or service. So just providing, those interfaces so you can navigate the organization.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so with that said, this being a DevOps conference and us though not talking too much tech this time, but we just want to mention that we're big believers in the DevOps research and assessment work. So by abbreviation, that would be DORA. We think it's a good, those metrics are not the only metrics that we want to monitor, but they are foundational ones. So it's interesting. It's an engineering problem at the end of the day. How do you mine the data from your engineering platforms to understand how often you deploy to production? That would be super interesting to hear a talk on that one. We have found our engineering solution to it. But we just wanted to mention that we believe this is a good guiding instrument to understand where we are in the speed aspect and also the qualitative aspect of it. So not spending too much time on that, if you switch slides, Jakob. We just wanted to touch a bit on software delivered and at scale at H&M Group, and just a couple of high-level concepts that we're working on. We talked about being an elite performer. It's the elite word is, I don't know, it's so harsh, right? So we say we want to be excellent at engineering. That begins in understanding where we are today, right? And then driving all the different stuff you can do to make it better. And one of those things would be enterprise reusability. I think we keep coming back to that, how developers, spend unreasonable much time just to figure out how to go to cloud, or all the plumbing it takes to get your stuff running. I've seen figures of about 30% is put on just plumbing and infrastructure and all of that. So we really want to provide our engineers with reusable assets. That could be as simple as self-service and registering your DNS name, or it could be ready-made workflows with templatized repos and what have you, golden patterns. Now I'm going to stop myself. I don't want to become too technical, but that's we're focusing a lot on that, really just to help our developers. Inner source. It's a big topic for us. I think finally we're starting to understand and grasp what it means for us. It's been a buzzword in the industry for a while, but now to us it's been very practical. It's been opening up all the repositories for internal public, like we say, and just to provide that transparency, and that in itself drives so much behavioral change. So you want to have your proper readmes, you want to have a number of things in that. So inner source is something big, and we also want to take the leap now into open source. So we're about to publish a couple of projects, we hope, in near time, and also want to be much, contribute more to the open source community. So I would say that's a natural step in maturing as an engineering organization, as a business tech organization, where you can contribute back and work with the ecosystem. Community part we touched on, it's huge for us. I think in the previous talk you said, people is everything at the end of the day, and we really second that. We are true believers in that, in equipping our people with the skills, the time to learn, all the tools and support that they need, and helping each other. Like one team is one of the core values with H&M Group. And the last one, security. It would be an error from my side not to put it there. So just securing all the dependencies that you pull into your code base, having confidence that whatever you put in production is clean from all the vulnerabilities. Right, so just a couple of quick teasers on what we do with software delivered at scale. We also always take a step back and really try to think in the hands and fingertips of a developer. And And these are just examples of some questions we try to ask ourselves. So going through the various phases, how can we make you productive before you drink your first cup of coffee? Or how can we make sure that you have real-time access to any technical articles that you need or support from the community, etc. So this is highly non-technical questions. It's more kind of a day in life for an engineer and developer at H&M Group, but we use it as a tool to guide our priorities and guide investments, if you will. Me personally, I'm the lead engineer for developer experience, so just trying to understand and navigate where we have the pain points in the or the opportunities in the organization.
For sure.
We look at a model like this.
Hi, we are Eficode and we organize the DevOps Conference. DevOps is not a role, it's a way to increase an organization's ability to deliver applications and services faster with better quality. Some people say that DevOps is a management science. If Agile and DevOps are not yet part of your whole organization, we would love to have a chat and discuss how to make it real for you. You can find us at eficode.com. The links are in the description. And have a great time with the DevOps Conference talks.
Right, Jakob.
Yes, so looking into some of the challenges then, of course, the global competition for talent is one of them. Also how do we create that aligned autonomy for over 300 product teams? Also that what Mikael was also talking about. So how do we know that we are progressing and we are moving in the right direction, taking the, how often do we deploy to production? What is our mean time to restore a service, etc., etc. So how do we know that we are progressing? And of course, tech standards and engineering practices need to continuously evolve. At the same time, we need to be at the forefront also investigating what's happening around us and keeping that balance and sort of radar out. So where should we focus? What's new? Keeping that in the loop as well. And a constant change that we go through as an organization, as the world goes through all the time. And as mentioned a lot before, making sure that we continuously then develop our colleagues and employees and ourselves. So
I know we have a couple of great questions in the chat, Jakob. We're about to wrap up. Take it away, and then hopefully can spend some minute on all the great questions.
Yeah, for sure. So then, trying to wrap up the session then, we try to, of course, embed digital and tech in everything we do. We think that's super important. So trying to be customer-centric, driven by data, and really empower our colleagues. That is what we think is the success to reach or to get there. And ending up with a few words from Erling Persson, our H&M, the founder of H&M. So the secret of our success, there is no secret. The industry is so dynamic that it's absolutely necessary to constantly renew yourself and have a flexible mindset. And it was super true back then and equally true now. And I think it ties really well into the whole Agile movement, the DevOps movement, and where we are going as a community. So with that, thanks from me and Mikael, and let's try to head into the questions then.
All right, thanks a lot from our behalf. Did you, Mihail, already kind of find out something that you would like to answer from the chat?
Yeah, I mean, the tech governance, I just want to touch briefly on that. Excellent question, not easily done on an enterprise scale. And we're coming from a mindset we want to have autonomous teams, but a key word would be we want to have aligned autonomous teams. So what stuff do you align on? And then you go into a rabbit hole on all the tech stacks and practices and the platforms. But we do have our fair share of enterprise architecture. We have a CTO council. We have a technology standards and guardrails forum. We haven't talked about guardrails here. So guardrails is a means for us of providing the boundaries of freedom for teams. So either built into the platform, or it's a simple list of this is the stuff that we expect of you. Rest is yours to just do whatever you want to.
Yeah.
I could talk a long time on tech governance, but those are just a couple of teasers.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Great.
I'll ask one question. Like, how close to the customer can you say that one of your aligned teams is? Like, are they really able to get direct interaction or feedback?
Well, I would say it depends. So some of the teams are directly then in contact with our customers. So if you look at our e-commerce or supply chain, or where we are, so those are really close to the customers. Looking at other teams, more enabling teams, building the cloud platform, well, not with our end customers, but they are really close to our internal users and other stakeholders as the product teams in themselves. So I would say it's different depending on where you are in the organization. But from a more central perspective, so how can I contribute to make the lives of our customers better? Well, that's is to improve the life of a developer or an engineer, so that they can get the value out faster. So it's of course it's the ripple effect of that getting the value out, if that makes sense, Mark.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And style points wise, all great answers usually start with "it depends." So thank you for giving us some options.
Answer, it's then you have safeguarded.
But I'll stay on the chat and
Okay.
just provide a couple of answers since we're running out of time.
So the program continues on the main stage in 9 minutes. So we could, in theory, if anyone else has another question or two, we could take that now while we still have our panelists or our presenters.
Yeah, I saw a good one on inner source and how to make them effective. Because that's a topic that been working on since, 6 months, 9 months. And it's just like, first of all, having it clear, the expectations clear that your repository will be internal public by default when the automation spins up your repo. That is just kind of one of the flags that kicks off in the development team's brains that, did I check my secrets? Did I actually use all the cool stuff that makes my code so that can be read by the rest of the organization? So that's been one hurdle, the security topic. So just clearing out that, and we can run our scanning tooling, etc., just to verify that we're all good. But then it comes just to driving adoption and setting examples and really being out there in the community and promoting this stuff. And we start with a couple of repositories that we want to promote. It could be, a DevOps framework that we are maintainers of, and just showing that this is open for contribution. It's tagged up as an inner source repo. We have added, the everyone to the PR, like everybody could contribute to it, and just setting those examples. So it's not something you just click a button and make everybody inner source. But maybe connected to this is a more practical thing. So we took the jump from one platform to another. So by that switch, that opened up an opportunity for us to say that, hey, starting kind of fresh now opens up for new opportunities. And let's try out these kind of practices in a new platform. So already by entering into it, most people, we only have 125 teams now on the new platform. So we're kind of a 50-50 shop right now. But that's a good opportunity. So, new shiny tools, and then you can just inject lots of ideas into it.
Thanks a lot. It's very interesting topic. I've had the luxury to help a couple of companies do the inner source model like maybe 7-8 years ago. And definitely these things you were talking about are the key to success. So I think it's a big opportunity, and I would kind of also encourage different organizations to try. I think it was really nice to hear that you've been doing this also.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, we're not naive. We don't think that 15 teams over there are going to be, contributing all their time to those repos over here. But I mean, just the mindset of a sharing and community culture, that's where it starts. And
the possibility.
The possibility, exactly. But I mean, one hurdle now, so a couple of us being developers, like one hurdle has been, is my code good looking enough to be in a internal public repo? And I mean, like, we're here to learn. I mean, but that's been one kind of, thing.
Back to the psychological safety then, and providing that, and also as you said, the opportunity then to learn and be inspired also by others.
Yeah,
that's also super important in your everyday life.
And to be explicit, it's like one of the biggest advantages that I've seen of inner source within companies is just standardizing the ways that you deal with customer data, standardizing the ways that you solve certain logistical problems. And once these kinds of things start getting into a common repository, then all of a sudden, like, everything else kind of has an opportunity to get more efficient, because now instead of continuing to do things differently, they can just leverage these libraries and very quickly create services. And then you put templating on top of that, where you get an end-to-end environment that already has the enablers that you need in order to create a feature. Then all of a sudden you're in a very different organization than you were before.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks a lot, Mikael, Jakob, for your time and presentation. It was really interesting stuff. So, thanks.
My pleasure.
Have a great rest of the conference.